Bitcoin may be ready to explode, and I believe this explosion may occur within the next 5 days. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. What is going on, my friends? Today I'd like to discuss Bitcoin and the action we're seeing inside the chart right now. Of course, we're gonna have the trolls, the degenerates, and the moon boys. Oh, Kirby, with the clickbait. 5 days, Kirby, 5 days? Well, Hames, my friend, it's not clickbait, and I want to explain why. We do have some fundamentals here to look at in terms of Bakkt, potentially and tentatively looking to launch on September 23rd, 2019, which is this upcoming Monday. I'd also like to look at this in comparison with the technical analysis in the charts right here, right now, for a full understanding of the price action in this market and what I may see here as potential to strike on a high reward, low risk trading opportunity. So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the one-day time frame. Now I have this chart pulled up here because it's color-coded with our rounding bottom. As we can see, after our blow off top around 14,000, Bitcoin stuck in lower lows. It then went neutral with a relative double bottom, and ever since we've really been on a macro higher high trajectory. My friends, this is a very interesting time in the trend here because I believe this is going to be either the top has already been in for the macro trend, and this is a complete market cycle in and of itself, and we could be ready to test back down to levels that for many may be unfathomable, or this is just going to become the new macro support here, where this is truly the accumulation zone before we get that very, very next large movement to the upside, potentially even to go in and move on to new all-time highs, okay? So let's discuss now things that we have to consider. Well, if we go back to yesterday evening, what we can see here is that Bitcoin broke out of its equilibrium. We did have a slight breakdown, and then it got bought back up immediately. I actually want to switch charts just for a second to show you this. You guys can see here, this purple box for me is the equilibrium range. It's roughly about 6%, and the majority of the Bitcoin price action has been trading within this range over the past several months. And you can see here, we've only really tapped in and out of this range very briefly over the past, let's say, 1 month time frame. Over the past 30 days, we've really only popped out of this very briefly before returning immediately back in, and this is exactly what we saw here again. Bitcoin continues to trade sideways in here. For traders, this is a very rough spot to be, especially trading on leverage. There's a lot of liquidation hunter bot action here. There was a ton of longs liquidated here, ladies and gentlemen, and for what? For what? Little James at the water cooler got liquidated here, and then the price goes right back to where he shorted in the first place, or excuse me, right where he longed in the first place. You see this, right? So the problem here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the price right now, with the low volume in the market, I mean, let's just take a look. Look at the volume here since our blow off top around June 26th, okay? Volume in the price, excuse me, peak in the price, peak in the volume, and then look, this red line here is the moving average for the volume. Straight, pitiful decline all since that date. It's just been on a straight downtrend, okay? And right now, in particular, the volume has gotten extremely, extremely low here. And what we're starting to see here is that the bots have completely taken control of these ranges, putting in these BART patterns like we've seen happen time and time again here in this trend, serving no other purpose, in my opinion, but just to liquidate over-leveraged traders. Bots and market movers are taking advantage of the low liquidity and low volume in this market, making it very easy for them to play their games. So right now, what I want to fast forward to, ladies and gentlemen, is why is 5 days from now truly when I believe this market has a real chance to explode? All right. So if we go back now, I want to go back over to this chart here. Okay. And I really want you guys to understand the structures here. If you are subscribed, you would know I've been showing these structures here, the bear market structure down there at the bottom and this structure we're in now on the inverse scale, meaning upside down. And I'll flip it over right now because I do believe that this gives us a better perspective of what's going on here. Now, this does look like a potentially bullish pattern down here, right? When you flip it upside down, right? Higher lows in a consecutive series, higher low, higher low, higher low, with, you know, kind of a flat relative line of support along the top. Although it is rounding, it is more so flat than anything else, right? It's more flat than it is rounding, okay? But it's rounding nonetheless, and that's very similar to up here as well, where we saw a lot of the same thing. Now, we all know what happened here on the reverse scale. It broke that double top resistance line and wound up going on a parabolic run, okay? But right now, what I want you to understand here, guys, is that the 21-week moving average, we're putting this over to the weekly time frame now. Let's make this look nice. And I'm going to flip on the moving averages, okay? This orange line you're seeing here is the 21-week moving average, okay? And if you are subscribed here, you would know on yesterday's stream, I was covering how throughout Bitcoin's history, the 21-week moving average has acted as support and resistance throughout Bitcoin's market cycles almost to a T. It's actually scary. I'll go over to the BLX just to show you here in case you missed yesterday's stream. If we go all the way back throughout time, ladies and gentlemen, really, guys, this has been, let's flip this back over so it's not inverted. Throughout time, this has just been a key indicator here. This is all the way back now in 2011, okay? Throughout the bull market, it's always above the 21-week. Soon as we go below the 21-week, bear market continues. Then we rose above it, okay? And we stayed above it, and that sparked the entire bull run and bull rally to the bubble at the height in 2013. Then what happens, ladies and gentlemen? Boom, we dropped below. We dropped below that level. We were in a bear market again for quite some time here, okay? All 2014, 2015, and then we broke above it again in 2016, and we stayed above it, and that brought us to our most relevant and recent all-time high there at 20,000 roughly, okay? And upon breaking below that here, you all know what happened after that. We've been below this line up until recently where we broke out of the depths of the crypto abyss. And for the time being, we have been above this line for now. And actually here, I want to show you guys this. Let's actually go back over here now. We'll go back to my other chart as it's cleaner, okay? What I want you to see here is that if we take this here and you look at the 21-week moving average, look at the price action, ladies and gentlemen. It touched the 21-week to a T before bouncing. We had that sell-off late yesterday evening. It went down and tested that line perfectly, okay? So that, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is algorithm driven. Sure, there's human traders in there as well, but for me, touching that line exactly and getting that buy pressure come in there, it is promising. And other things to look at before we go into my speculative theories here and feelings towards the Bakkt launch tentatively on September 23rd, this coming Monday. We need to understand here that there on the weekly, we got that buy pressure at the 21-week moving average, which has been very significant historically, okay? If we pull up the RSI, let's go back to the BLX. I have it charted on there. If we go to the RSI on the weekly, what I want you to pay attention to here are the stars on the chart, okay? The stars on the chart here, you could see star here, and star here. On the RSI, star here, star here, star here. This, to me, my friends, is a classic hidden bullish divergence. You could see the price action had its first sell-off and low, sticking in this point here on the RSI. The second low after a major sell-off was a higher low, yet the RSI went lower, okay? And then the next major sell-off here, price remained higher, but the RSI went lower. Classic hidden bullish divergence, right? It's a hidden one. It's not so obvious, okay? And what we can see here is that we also have that going for us now. We have the 21-week moving average completely finding that bounce to the absolute tick off that line. Then we have this multi-month potentially hidden bearish divergence forming. We are also, ladies and gentlemen, within this pennant, okay? We are within what could wind up being a potential bull flag to the upside. And we all know by now, if we take our extrapolated measured move here from the breakout, let's switch this color so it's easier to see. If we move this from our breakout point of the bear market, right above this resistance ceiling here, and then we move this over for a potential extrapolated measured move from the breakout point, ladies and gentlemen, it puts us up almost by our all-time high. Okay, let's get this crypto. Now, of course, none of this has to play out. This could very well break to the downside. If we switch this over, right, we have to understand that this could wind up being a bullish pattern here, right, with a series of higher highs, right, or excuse me, a series of higher lows ready to burst to the upside, okay? Things to consider as well. We're going to go into the Bakkt theories now in terms of that futures market launching. We have to understand that here on the Bitcoin CME futures chart, we see that the gap still has yet to be filled at 8,500. Does it have to fill? No, it does not, but that is something also to keep on your radar. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start to go into this now with Bakkt launching, but you could see that for me, the clock is ticking here on what may be just an absolutely tremendous move. We're still, this action that we had yesterday, it was nothing, absolutely nothing at all. I did try and short a little bit under here just in case this was going to be the flush move down. The price moved further down from my entry. I placed my stop loss at exactly break even, and then I got out of my trade. No loss, no gain. I kept my VIPs updated, and right now I'm getting ready to strike again, ladies and gentlemen. I see that the big move is right around the corner. That's what I'm waiting for, that large swing, because I believe when this breaks, it's either going to be a huge move to the downside or a tremendous break to the upside. And Don Carbaraccio is ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. And as I do strike upon my trades, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to post for you all of the strategies that I formulate, all of my trades that I take, my entries, my exits, my take profits. I'm posting it all for you in VIP. Are you going to get wrecked on this move, or are you going to crush this market like a 2-ton man on a tuna fish can? The choice is yours. I will see you in VIP, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll keep you updated in real time with all my trades in VIP. So shout out to my VIPs and all of my new future VIPs joining VIP right now after this video. I will see you in VIP right now. Let's get this crypto. Now, moving forward, let's discuss Bakkt here, okay? Because it's very similar to me, my friends, of what happened here back in 2017 when CME went to launch their futures, right? CBOE was also coming in with their futures. And we're going to look at the historic data. We're going to talk about some speculative theories of what we could potentially expect to occur here. And then we'll mix it all together. All right, let's get this crypto. But if you are just tuning in now, don't forget to moon up the likes, moon them up. Smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. Sheesh. All right, so in the beginning of the video, I pointed out that, Average Joe and James at the water cooler, they're all going to comment, "Oh, Kirby, the clickbait. Why you got a clickbait, Kirby?" Well, if you think this is clickbait, my friend, you're besides yourself, and you should probably just understand by now that this stream here is realistic. And if you think that this stream should be called Clickbait Carbaraccio, then so be it. But right now, Bakkt launches in roughly 5 days. Depending upon where you are in the world, it might be 4 days. September 23rd, 2019. That is the tentative launch date here for Bakkt. Now, the thing is that this is a physically backed futures contract that's entering the market now, right? I want to go back in time here, all right? All the way back to when the CME group was launching their futures. And this launched, I believe, on December 18th, right? Yes, December 18th, 2017, all right, my friends? A Monday, just the same as what we're seeing now. And ladies and gentlemen, the all-time high for Bitcoin, right up here around 20,000, okay? That all-time high came in on December 17th, one day before the launch. And then the sell-off began, essentially, literally the day that Bakkt launched, and we had our ultimate capitulation. It truly was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event. Now, of course, past performance does not indicate future results. But for me, this is a very similar situation here, where many traders, ladies and gentlemen, I even get it on these streams in the comments, right? Kirby, but don't you see the news? Kirby, don't you see the news? James, please, do not listen to me. News generally doesn't mean much in any market, let alone crypto. No one really cares about the news, okay? The news is for like emotional entertainment traders that, you know, are eating peanuts sitting on the couch. Oh, look, did you see Bitcoin went up $26 today, Kirby? Oh, you know, that's not what real traders are looking at, James. Real traders are looking at the price action, and really that's all. Sure, like what I'm looking at today here with Bakkt is a substantial landmark in the space. Sure, when something is this large, I'll look at it. But when you're talking about, oh, Kirby, did you see some new fast food restaurant in Uganda? They're selling fried chicken for Bitcoins, Kirby. Fried chicken for Bitcoins. Get out of here, James, with that garbaggio, moon boy, all right? Listen, when we saw this with CME, it was this sell-off, okay? Right now with Bakkt, I see we're at a critical point here. And to be quite honest with you, with the amount of indicators in this chart that are leading both ways, I mean, this is the biggest stalemate we've had in the market in a very long time, coming off of an absolutely parabolic move. The bulls have been exhausted. The bulls have not been able to put in new macro highs. My friends, I think more than anything, what's going to happen here with Bakkt, purely, this is pure speculation, right? I'm not a wizard. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't tell you what's going to happen. It's impossible to predict. My theory here, my speculative theory, is that we're going to get a series of fake outs, all right? I believe that we could see massive moves down and then massive moves up, or on the contrary, massive moves up and then massive moves down. I think that the market movers here in this market, they're not dumb, ladies and gentlemen. Their goal is to essentially be the biggest winners in the space, right? And I have a feeling that they're going to toy on the emotions of traders saying, look, Kirby, Bakkt is here. And then on the other side, oh, but Kirby, you know, the CME, when they launched in December of 2017, you know, so it's the same thing. I think that they understand that there's two very, very distinct trains of thought here. And for me, that means that they're going to take advantage of both. Now, does that mean that this is not going to be a great time to trade? Absolutely not. In matter of fact, I believe this is probably going to be one of the better times to be trading here, as this may present some potentially life-changing opportunity. You just have to be aware of what's going on, right? I was showing you guys this yesterday with the altcoins. The altcoin market has been super hot as of the past few days. But when you look at this, this is the money flow in crypto over the past 24 hours. Ethereum has been the front runner. Ethereum has been on the most large run out of all of these alts and the top market cap coins, at least. And what we've seen here in the money flow, 1.08 billion of Bitcoin exchanged into Ethereum. 1.22 billion of Tether tokens moved into Ethereum. Ladies and gentlemen, 167.77 million moved in true fiat US dollars. We're talking here roughly 2.3 billion in crypto, Bitcoin and Tether. 2.3 billion moved into Ethereum in crypto, and 167 million of fiat dollars moved in. To me, this is indicative that there's no new money entering the space right now. This is the same money sloshing around. Bitcoin right now is awaiting this date, which is roughly 4 or 5 days from now, depending upon where you are, September 23rd, 2019. And I feel that this market is not going to have its true break until this day. And what is the goal of the market makers? It's to take money out of your pocket, right? That's what you have to understand. And the way that you profit is that you ride along the coattails with the market movers that are trying to extract the capital out of the market. You have to think like a whale. You have to think like a market mover. And to the best of your ability, try to grab upon those coattails and ride it. Right? And Don Carbonaccio here is looking to grab upon those coattails and ride it to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm saying. In VIP, I'm going to be posting my trades for you as I strategize for this potentially immensely important date here inside the cryptocurrency space, where I believe we are going to see action like we haven't in many months, ladies and gentlemen. Potentially up, potentially down. You've seen the technical analysis. It shows what it shows. On the weekly scale, I see that this could be potentially bullish, right? Bouncing off that 21-week moving average. We are on a rounding bottom formation of higher lows. And right now, currently, we are sitting above some major areas that could have acted as resistance, but we are seeing them being traded above as support now, sure. And this could be one giant bull flag. But on the contrary, ladies and gentlemen, all of this can be here. And what could wind up happening is we get a fake out down, okay? And we likely could also get a fake out up. What I'm saying is right now, if you're not prepared to be on the tips of your toes here, monitoring this market 24/7 with an eagle eye, my friend, this week up ahead is probably going to be very rough for you, because for those that are not committed to watching these markets, adjusting your strategy and getting ready to crush it like a 2-ton man as the market moves and develops, it's going to be very difficult to succeed here, in my opinion, my friends, as we do have some looming factors here that are likely going to cause large movements. And why do you think that this movement has been so lackluster over the past month? Because nobody knows what's going to happen on this date here, right? I don't know. I'm telling you that what I believe to be the case, and the most likely purely speculative, pure speculation on my end, is that there's a large camp of people saying that they think Bakkt is going to rip it to the upside, okay, which to me is a little moon boy fantasy, but whatever. And then on the contrary here, we see that the historic data has shown that when the other futures market launched, that we had an immense sell-off, you know, the day to the tick all the way down. So you could imply that, sure, maybe that could happen again. For me, right now, this is pure indecision here, based off of traders being a little shooken up, a little scared to have positions open on this date. And I can't say that I don't agree with them. For me right now, the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is crunch time. I think that we're either going to get the move the day before September 23rd, or we're going to get the move the day of, okay? Potentially even the day after. Either way, I think within the next week sometime, we're going to see an absolutely explosive move. Does this has to happen? Absolutely not. It does not have to happen. But that is my speculation here. And right now, like I said, if this does present potentially life-changing opportunity, which I think it does potentially have the opportunity to provide, I'm personally going to be looking to strike upon this like a cobra out of the grass. Many are going to get wrecked here, and on the contrary, many are going to miss the move, right? And the fact of the matter is here is that Don Carbonaccio is strategizing here for both scenarios, up and down. And I'm looking to crush this move here, okay? As I strategize, I'm looking to tentatively get this crypto in either way that it breaks. And my friends, I cannot stress this enough for you. I'm going to be posting my entries, my exits, my targets, my positions, my strategies, everything for you in VIP. If you're not already in VIP and you see that this move is potentially looming here, it's time to start thinking about, is it time for you to join and get in VIP? For me, ladies and gentlemen, I would say if there was ever a time, now is more critical than ever if you want to see how I'm trading in real time to the absolute second that I enter my trades, take my profits, etc., etc. If you want to be in VIP for this move, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. The market is heating up right now. The altcoins have been running a bit. Like I stated, I do think that this could ultimately be a fake out in the altcoin market as well. as this may just be some shenanigans before this Bakkt date where the market movers really decide to push that button and rain havoc down upon this market. And for those, like I said, that are riding the coattails of the market movers, well, this may in fact be incredibly, potentially life-changing and lucrative. And for those that are on the wrong end, we'll have a moment of silence for you on the stream, as there may in fact wind up being a ton of new residents in Rect City this week at some point in time. Let's get this crypto. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you see here, the time has come. It's time to put on the battle helmet, the mud boots, and the trench coat, because it's time to get this crypto. I think that the countdown has begun here, and I think that 4, 5, 6, 7, anywhere in this vicinity is a very, very realistic time frame to expect a potentially heinous, large market movement here, like we have not seen in quite some time. And like I said, right now, this is not a time for me to take my eyes off the market. I'm glued to the charts right now. I'm preparing for the upside and to the downside as I'm ready to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. Guys, I will keep you updated with my trades in VIP. I'm formulating my strategies right now. If you want to see my strategies for this move, I'm going to be posting them for you in VIP. As I enter my trades, I will post them for you there. I'm ready to get this crypto. Are you? Let's get this crypto. Today is the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to transform yourself from Average Joe into Savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. I will see you in VIP. So ladies and gentlemen, if you could one last time, moon up the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Satoshi needs a new pair of shoes. So until next time, my friends, I will see you in VIP right now. And until next time, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curves.